अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आप देख रहे हैं खरा सच। मेरा नाम मुबashir लुकमान है। जुमा हफ्ता इतवार हम ख़ास प्रोग्राम 365 के ऊपर आपके लिए लेके आते हैं 8 बजे। आज हमारे साथ बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट पैनल है। हमें बांग्लादेश के 3 स्टूडेंट्स, और ये वो स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो उनकी तंजीमी रहनुमा हैं, वो हमें आज ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। और तीनों से मेरी यानी पहले अभी जो बात हुई चंद मिनट पहले, वो उनको प्रॉब्लम यह है कि उनको बंगाली ज़ुबान आती है, उनको हिंदी या उर्दू इतनी समझ नहीं आती है, एक को आती है, और अंग्रेज़ी भी उनकी इतनी अच्छी नहीं है। तो ऑब्वियसली हमें कम्युनिकेशन में एरर तो हुआ, लेकिन अभी थोड़ी देर पहले हमने जो उनसे गुफ्तगू रिकॉर्ड की वो मैं बरमला आपको एज इट इज़ सुनाने जा रहा हूँ। और जितना इंडियन मीडिया का, गोदी मीडिया का प्रोपेगेंडा ना सिर्फ उस मूवमेंट के ख़िलाफ़ बल्कि पाकिस्तान के भी ख़िलाफ़ है, वो भी इसमें बेनकाब होगा। हमारे पास मौजूद हैं इस वक्त बांग्लादेश के 3 बड़े अहम स्टूडेंट रहनुमा, जिन्होंने एक बड़ी कलीदी तहरीक शुरू की। उन्होंने यहाँ पे जिसने हसीना वाजिद की हुकूमत का तख्ता उलट दिया। अब 2 स्टूडेंट रहनुमा में पता चला है कि वो निगरान हुकूमत का हिस्सा भी हैं, लेकिन इन्होंने मज़ीद मुतालबात करने शुरू कर दी हैं। Welcome to Shima Akhtar. She is a student from Dhaka University. Jonathan Naeem, she is a coordinator Tulaba Tehreek Dhaka University, and Armanul Haq, he is an organizing student movement from Dhaka University. And इम्तियाजी सलूक करने की जो तहरीक शुरू हुई थी वो भी इन्होंने ही शुरू की थी। थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू। First of all, I want a brief background from each one of you in your words as to what transpired. And let me tell you honestly, we did not know about anything brewing up and anything so bad till the time that we got to know the news about the first 10 students getting killed by police. And that is it, when it took our attention and said, wow, this is serious. And then more students and more students. I mean, so please, my audience and myself, we would like to know the background of it, what brought it up to this level. Let's start off with Shima. Shima.
Okay. From its beginning.
I can't hear you. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Now go on, please.
From its very beginning, the movement against discrimination, the popularly known quota movement, was non-violent students protest. The protesting students only demanded dialogue with the government to come up with an government turned down all appeals from students and instead tried to discredit the movement by claiming that it was instigated by political parties. The government simply ignored the legitimate demands of the protesters or the students. This did not stem the movement, which started to gain pace by each passing day and earned support from all corners of the population and most of the political parties voicing their moral support to the students as well. But things started to escalate after the Prime Minister herself had used abusive language in characterizing the protesting students. And addition, the General Secretary of our party had overtly commanded the party student wings to counter the movement in different parts of the country. Just 15 minutes after the General Secretary's order to counter the students' movement, the situation became violent. Up to this point, there had been some angry reactions from the students, which was reflected in some of their slogans. But there had never been any violent actions or action prepared by the students. When news started to come of the death of fellow protesters and assault and sexual harassment of female students, in the hands of BCL, which is the student organ of ruling Awami League, of the government. The students valiantly resisted the attack and forced the BCL cadres to leave all major universities campuses. The government reacted to this development by deploying police forces along with the RAB and BGB to brutally suppress the movement of the students. As a response to the government's brutal use of overt violence, the protesting students urged people from all walks of life and political parties to come forward to save them. Many people come to join the protest, and political parties have showed their support by organizing solidarity rallies, but they were also subjected to the attacks of the government's machinery of violence. They attacked they attacked all of the unarmed students and also the people who were not prepared for this violence, and so there the movement turned into one what does it call? Uh,
One unified movement.
yes.
One unified movement, right? Now,
One unified
but
movement
one
against.
minute. Before we go on further, let me include the others as well. And Armanul Haq, what next? What do you see now happening in because of this march and whatever you have achieved? What are the next steps?
The next step is to reform the country. In 1971, our forefathers started war, but they dreamed about an independent nation in 1971, but we didn't get it. In 1971, 1972, Mujib government was our throne, was on our throne, so we didn't get our democracy actually. In 1971, our independence war was on particular issue, anti-discrimination and people's right and so on. So that we didn't get these things in 1972 because our constitution was not democratic. Our penal code was 1961 penal code. That means colonial penal code. So we always wanted a independent penal code, new penal code. Hello.
Yeah, I'm trying to air out, but then you see the images that we see, Arman. 1971, the man who supposedly got you independence, his statues are brought down on the streets by the people, and his own daughter is sort of made to run away, flee from the country. So why is there so much of a turnaround over there?
Okay. These things happened by mob. So people are so oppressed. People are so desperated about our government, our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and his father of the nation, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So that's why they started breaking his statue, father of nations statue. So it's come from trauma. It's come from trauma because year after years, our people has been discriminated, has been tortured, has been abducted, and has been murdered by our government, Sheikh Hasina government. So they actually they actually hated our only government. Their narrative was 1970 was led by them. 1970 war, independence war, liberation war led by them. Uh, Sheikh Hasina's father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, was father of the nation, but this narrative isn't working anymore. So we want a new country. We wanted a
Fair
new
enough.
Bangladesh that will be truly democratic,
Fair enough.
and we will get our voting power.
Excellent. But Jonathan Naim, welcome to our show and thank you for joining us. Can you tell me what happens now? I mean, is the student body still intact or has the objective been achieved and there is nothing more to ask for and you all go home or there's more to come?
Uh, Best wishes for our victory 2024. My comrade Shima and Arman said it very well. To properly answer your question, I need to expand a bit. First of all, I will recite a poem for our martyrs, written by Misbauddin Maruf, my Bengali language. কোথায় আমার সোনা মানিক নারী ছেঁড়া ধন এখনো কি শেষ হয়নি তার কোটা আন্দোলন কত সময় পেরিয়ে গেল ফিরে এলো না ফোন কলেও জানতে চায়নি কেমন আছি মা কখনো সে আমার সাথে এমন করেনি লম্বা সময় কাছে থেকে দূরে সরেনি আলোর মাঝে আধার দেখি নিজের চারিপাশ
Jonathan, can you give us basic translation of this as well because my readers and myself we do not understand this language.
First of all, okay, then now I pick my speech. Our fascist government mentioned that they will prioritize freedom fighters and their grandchildren over ordinary citizens. As you know, about 56% of job quotas are reserved for them. That's why we asked for quotas reform. However, we accused us to being traitors, Bengali word Razakar, and which actually enraged us when we heard it, and then all of our students, actually even all girls, came down to the street and that me. We raised the slogan. I am saying this slogan Bengali. তুমি কে আমি কে রাজাকার রাজাকার কে বলেছে স্বৈরাচার স্বৈরাচার and then we actually assured that she is illegal. She is fascist.
Thank you.
In addition, when we became furious and protested peacefully, the movement spread across universities and other educational.
यहाँ पे हमें एक छोटी सी ब्रेक लेनी है. ब्रेक के बाद फौरन हाजिर होती हैं. Stay tuned. Take a break. वेलकम बैक फ्रॉम द ब्रेक. और शीमा अख्तर, जोनाथन नईम और अरमानुल्लाह कभी भी मेरे साथ ही हैं. हमें प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही हैं स्काइप वगैरह में, लेकिन वो मेरे साथ हैं. शीमा, नाउ some political questions or some hard-hitting questions. I saw a statement by Sheikh Hasina's son this morning before I was coming to the studio, and he said she never left the country, she never resigned from her post, and she's looking forward to go back and contest the elections as well. Do you think anything of that is going to happen, or is just rhetoric?
They have lost their reputation. They have made our independence war so funnily, in a funny way. They used these terms, independence, liberation, they used these terms to achieve their political agendas. But I don't think that they can win if they come and join the election. They cannot win because they have lost um, uh, their dignity, their popularities. They have made suffer. They have made the general people suffer. They discriminated people. They have abducted people. They have made some laws to what does it call? Um, to stop the other parties. We see in a democratic country, we have to be independent. We have to speak our own language. We have to. We don't have so-called development.
Okay.
We just want real development, which was not happening by the government, past government. We want a new government system which can lead us to the path to development, real development. We can have basic rights. We don't have to starve to death. We don't we have will have better medical facilities, like the elites or Awami League or ministries also.
Arman, can you tell me one thing? There's a confusion over here because I don't understand Bangla language, and can you hear me? Can you hear me, Arman?
Of course, of course, of course.
Now, this word Razakar that triggered it all, what does it mean in Bangla language? I mean, when Sheikh Hasina said Razakar, and everybody seemed to get furious after that. So, can you please translate that for me?
Okay, Razakar means the traitor.
Traitor?
In 1971, in our independence war or liberation war, the people who are against us, we call them Razakar. Yeah. So Razakar is a very criminalized word in Bangladesh from 1971. So we triggered, this word triggered us, and we started busting thousands of students, chanting, thousands of students made slogans, Tumiki Amiki Razakar Razakar. That means, who am I? Who am I? Who are you? Traitor, traitor.
Oh.
Who called us traitor? Shoratar, Shoratar. That means autocratic government.
Dictator.
Government. That means traitor. Who called us traitor? The undemocratic government or totalitarian government or fascist government. So thousands of students calling them fascist. So they got nervous and they started beating us. In 2024, 5th June, they started beating us at the university campus, University of Dhaka campus.
Jonathan, one thing, who's now a minister in the caretaker government, made a very important statement, a specific statement, and said that we want friendly relations with India and New Delhi, and said that India should revise its foreign policy. What are the revisions that you are looking for as student body by India? So about this statement from Nahid Islam that India should reconsider its foreign policy, what do you think it means basically? What are the changes you want to be done?
To properly answer your question, I need to expand a bit. Actually, while reforming the quota discrimination, the entire state is being reformed today under the strong leadership of the students of Bangladesh, along with millions of freedom seeking people. Actually, 2024, this revolution was gained at the cost of many lives, and still now I can't sleep. When I go to the sleep, the picture of Abu Said floats on my eyes, and now is the important time to protect our freedom. And our students actually you see our power of our students, power of our youth people, power of our generation, uh, and establishing we want establishing our equality and justice. So we want to we want to we want to see our students for leadership like Nahid and Asif.
Okay. Shima,
Or
I believe you can speak in Hindi also. Is that right? If you want to speak in Hindi, that is fine.
Having some problems. I can't
Shima,
hear
you
you
can
loudly.
Shima, you can speak in Hindi also if you want. Now tell us what changes आप क्या चाहती हैं, क्या changes हों जो Indian government
Sorry,
करे?
can
I said you can speak
yes,
in Hindi as well.
yes.
Okay, if that is more convenient. So now you tell me what are the other demands of the student body. We know that the Prime Minister is out of the country. We know the assemblies and the parliament have been dissolved. We know a caretaker cabinet has been appointed that is headed by Dr. Yunus as per your demands. We know that you have demands for elections in 90 days. What more? What else do you want?
We don't want in election in 90 days. We just want a government system which is not fascist. This system is fascist, not only the Hasina. This system made her this murderer, this type of murderer and psychopath. She is a psychopath, and her system is psychopath. So the system is good, and then the election is good, and we want a fair election um, under a fair elective bodies.
Shima, the other thing is, will you accept Sheikh Hasina if she comes back and contests the elections or not?
I'm not accepting because she is a murderer, and her whole team is murderer, and we have the we want the lawful revenge. We want the revenge of murder of our brothers, fellow students.
So, do you know, we are getting different figures like about the students, number of students who were killed or who embraced Shahadat over there in Bangladesh. Do you think the official figure, unofficial figure is much higher than the official one? Or is it accurate?
मैंने क्वेश्चन नहीं समझा.
क्वेश्चन ये है कि एक्चुअली हमें ये पता चला है कि ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स मारे गए हैं. हमें तो 400 का बताया गया लेकिन उसे बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. आप क्या क्या ख्याल है, कितने हैं?
Approximately 1,500 people were killed. Minimum. It is the minimum. number, and we believe that the injured or severely injured, they can also die in any time, though. So the number is increasing day by day.
यहाँ पे हमें एक छोटी सी ब्रेक लेनी है, ब्रेक के बाद फ़ौरन हाजिर होते हैं। स्टे ट्यून, टेक अ ब्रेक। वेलकम बैक फ्रॉम द ब्रेक। और मेरे तीनों ख़ास मेहमान जो हैं बांग्लादेश से अभी भी मेरे साथ हैं, और उनका बड़ा शुक्रिया कि सुबह सुबह उठे हुए हैं वो हमारे साथ ये प्रोग्राम करने के लिए। कैन यू टेल मी द नंबर ऑफ पीपल हु आर इंजर्ड एंड इन हॉस्पिटल एंड हाउ क्रिटिकल दे आर?
Say, we cannot even imagine how much they are badly injured. Some of them lost their eyes, some of them lost their hand, or the whole leg, or severely injured. I just fear they can die anytime. They are not आते हैं इस खून का क्या है? We want justice, and if any country give her shelter, then that country is the enemy.
That country is the enemy. Yes, okay.
Yes.
And what about students going to homes of different ministers and Chief Justice of the Supreme Court? उनको आग लगा रहे हैं, तोड़ रहे हैं, ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं?
आप जानते हो कि हाई कोर्ट की ज्यादातर लोग आवामी लीग की सपोर्ट करते थे, and they supported the killing also. They said that the BNP and Jamaat is protesting violently. These are not students anymore. These are the violent people. These are the gundas, you know.
Arman, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Good. I'm sorry I had lost connection with you for a while. Arman, why are the students going to every home of former minister or justice of the Supreme Court or High Court? I mean, what are the reasons that is, prompting that kind of anger?
People are burning our minister's house because they feel that our ministers are always bad people. So they, not only ministers, our businessmen like Salman Rahman, Debunking Cruz owner, and Asylum's owner. So there are a lot of people who are supporting our racist government. Our people are burning their houses, they're burning their corporate offices, So this is not only this anger, not against only on ministers or MPs, only not only for ministers or our anger for our businessmen who supported our money year after year.
Right. Jonathan, what is the future as you see it for the student body?
So, as a warrior, from our interim government, Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus sir, he will give us a country full of non-discrimination, full of equality, and full of honesty. And we want to justice from International Criminal Court for our fascist government, Sheikh Hasina.
Okay, Arman, is it true that the figures that come out of Bangladesh are actually fudge figures, and there is not as much prosperity as Sheikh Hasina would say, that there is not real infrastructure development, and people are still lacking basic human needs? Is that correct?
We can see only infrastructure development by our government. There are no development or abstract development. Like our health, our health sector is so poor. Our health sector is so poor. Our education sector is so poor. And social service sector is so low, so poor. So we all want infrastructure development with abstract development, like our social services. But they always try to focus infrastructure development, billion dollars projects like Rupur nuclear power power plant.
Okay.
That is $14 billion. So
ठीक है.
this is so high. We have debt more than $110 billion. So how can we repay them?
So Shima, now the question is, so many lies, so much of deception, a dictator who gave false figures to justify her government and claim economic prosperity and all that for the people when it was not really there for the people. What next? Who do you think will you vote for?
We need new parties. We need new ideas, new thoughts, because पिछले जो सिस्टम थी वो सिस्टम कोलैप्स्ड हो गई और वो कॉमन पीपल की बात नहीं करते, ओनली टॉक्स फॉर द elites and some 1% of our country, and we want a party of general people, where general students, general people from all walks of life, they get at least basic rights, demolish Digital Security Act. We want equalities in any sector, in any. We don't want word of minorities. We want equalities. We want recognition of any gender, any identities, any ethnic identities. We are the same. We believe we are the same, and सबके लिए same rights होगी. And
okay. Last question, Arman. There are allegations in the Indian media that your movement was sponsored by CIA or ISI, or they kept on giving you money and all that. Did you take any money for that?
No, of course not. I didn't get any money from CIA or ISI.
And do you think that these allegations are correct?
No, of course not. We, the students, we always wanted our rights. So this movement was quota movement, discrimination movement. So we started our movement very beginning of the June, 6th June or 5th June. So this was not any kind of Sarkar Patare Andolan, that means not anti-government movement.
Shima,
movement was quota movement. So
Shima, do you think these accusations are correct by some part of the media?
No. They are just supporting Awami League because they have issues with them. So I don't think that we had any support by CI or blah blah. They talk shit about student movement. We didn't even know that Hasina will step down, or we could made her step down from the chair. But it is the people. It was the time. It was the high time that the government for.
Shima, Jonathan Naeem and Armanullah, thank you very much for joining us from Bangladesh, and with prayer that your coming days are better than yesterday, and that all your endeavors and efforts, they go to make a better Bangladesh, a better opportunity, more opportunities for the youth over there and for the people of Bangladesh. Our prayers and our best wishes are with you. Thank you very much for joining us. ये आप बातें सुन रहे थे इनके स्टूडेंट लीडर्स की। शीमा अख्तर जो ढाका यूनिवर्सिटी से हैं, जोनाथन नईम वो कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं पूरी तलबा तहरीक की वहाँ की, और अरमानुल्लाह का ऑर्गेनाइज़र हैं स्टूडेंट मूवमेंट के, और इन्होंने बड़े सख्त और दो टोक अल्फाज में इन्होंने अपना मौक़िफ़ दिया, और ये एजाज़ हमें मिला खरा सच को, चैनल 365 को, कि बांग्लादेश के जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनकी एक्चुअल आवाज़ जो है वो हम आप तक लेके आएँ, ताकि आप खुद देख सकें और सुन सकें कि वो अपनी इस मूवमेंट के बारे में क्या कहते हैं। स्टे ट्यून्ड टू 365, कंटिन्यू वॉचिंग खरा सच। अंटिल द नेक्स्ट टाइम, अल्लाह हाफिज़।